DeAaron Fox is now the most intriguing player that's been made available for this upcoming trade deadline. As of yesterday afternoon, the Sacramento Kings let it be known around the league that they are willing to shop DeAaron Fox. Now, this doesn't come as a surprise, as DeAaron Fox was quoted in the summer saying, "I would love to be here for my entire career, to be on one team, to be in one city for my entire career. But I want to make sure that we're in the position to be competing and competing at a high level for a long time, not just fighting for a playoff spot." As DeAaron was waiting to see how the future of the Sacramento Kings would play out. And obviously, with the way that the season has gone so far, the firing of Mike Brown, the very slow start, it has not gone good enough for DeAaron to even consider re-signing with the Sacramento Kings. Now, on the other side of that, with the replacement of Doug Christie, the Kings are looking a lot better. They've won like 11 of their last 15 games or something like that. But I think DeAaron is still ready for a change. I don't think the Kings have a chance to even win a playoff series with the roster they have. I think DeAaron is very aware of that. Oh, and before we get into it, casuals only, let's get it. So the very first thing we heard from Shams yesterday is that the Sacramento Kings are willing to hear offers for DeAaron Fox. We were told that he had a destination in mind, but we weren't told what the destination was until, I don't know, 30 minutes later. It could have been sooner than that the destination is indeed the San Antonio Spurs. He wants to go team up with Wemby, and who wouldn't want to do that? I've watched a lot of videos and read a lot of articles, and I've taken in a lot of people's reactions from this entire situation, and I see a lot of people kind of arguing with the fit of Wemby and DeAaron Fox together. And in my opinion, maybe the fit isn't phenomenal, but I think the fit is still very good. I mean, sure, DeAaron isn't necessarily like this pass first playmaking point guard, but he's not bad by any means. I mean, on his career, he's averaging 6.1 assists, and obviously that isn't the full telltale sign of whether a player is actually good at playmaking or not, but he's obviously not bad at it. He's averaging 25 points per game. Obviously, if you can bring in a 25 point per game score, he's done that for 3 straight seasons now. If you have the opportunity to bring in somebody who can score like that, if you're the San Antonio Spurs, I think you're jumping at that. And according to Shams, most of the teams in the NBA have already called about DeAaron Fox. So obviously there's interest from most of the teams in the NBA, but what teams can actually put in a package? What teams can make it fit? What teams are going to want DeAaron Fox? Obviously, if you're somebody like the Grizzlies, is DeAaron Fox the player that you're going to go for? Probably not. You have Ja Morant. If you're somebody like the Pistons, it's going to make you better, but do you actually want to pair Cade and DeAaron Fox? I mean, sure, your team would be better, but in all honesty, probably not the greatest fit. So there's probably teams who are going to be calling just to test the waters and see what DeAaron is actually worth, but aren't going to actually follow through. So then we come down to the teams that, you know, are going to actually want DeAaron Fox, and that's going to come down to, you know, San Antonio. It's been made clear that DeAaron wants to go to San Antonio, so San Antonio 100% is probably going to put in a bid for him. Orlando is a team. Houston is a team I've heard. Miami is another team that I've heard. But what do the trade package for DeAaron Fox actually look like? And luckily for us, SB Nation has put together 4 DeAaron Fox trade packages that actually make sense. But do they actually make sense? Let's find out here. The San Antonio Spurs, which are the destination that he wants to go to. So let's see if this trade package legitimately makes sense. The Spurs are widely speculated to be the team that Fox wants to go. If San Antonio's interest is mutual, the Spurs have a big collection of future draft picks and matching salary that they can offer Sacramento. Now, I see Keldon Johnson, Zach Collins. If I am the Kings, I want Devin Vassell out of this. But that's just my opinion, right? I don't know how the Kings feel. I would want Devin Vassell out of this because I'm assuming the Kings at this point are going to fire sale. They're going to want to get rid of Sabonis. Malik Monk's going to be very valuable for a lot of competing teams in the NBA. DeMar DeRozan has a large salary. Not only are they going to want to get rid of DeMar DeRozan, but I'm sure he's going to want to go to another team and have a chance to win a championship at this point in his career. Keldon Johnson, obviously intriguing, but in my opinion, Devin Vassell is more intriguing than that. But the draft picks, nonetheless, pretty solid. But with the fact that DeAaron Fox has now made it clear that he wants to go to San Antonio, the Kings don't have the leverage that they once had. So they're probably not going to get back what they could have at one point. Maybe DeAaron Fox ended up screwing them over. Next is the Houston Rockets. Dillon Brooks, Reed Shepherd, Cam Whitmore, 2 first-round picks for DeAaron and Colby Jones. And this one, in my opinion, I kind of like this one more. I like the intriguing like Reed Shepherd, Cam Whitmore aspect of this trade. 2 younger players with a lot of time and a lot of room to develop. The potential is probably bigger from these two than, say, as Keldon Johnson. It seems like Keldon Johnson is probably round out into the player that we can expect him to be for the rest of his career. Obviously, I don't want to put a cap on what Keldon Johnson can do, but it seems like he's kind of capped out already. In my opinion, you get these 2 first-round picks, 2025 from Phoenix and 2027 from Phoenix. 2027 from Phoenix is almost pretty intriguing when you think about it. Maybe at this point, Kevin Durant isn't there anymore. They've gotten rid of Bradley Beal by this point, and Devin Booker's on his way out already. So maybe this pick is actually worth something. But nonetheless, just the players you get in this trade, more intriguing than the San Antonio trade. I would rather have Devin Vassell. This one, Jonathan Isaac, Goga, and then 2 firsts, one from Denver, and then a 2026 first round pick. Very, very underwhelming offer in my opinion. Jonathan Isaac, what's the point in bringing him in? You're looking for younger players, you're looking for assets. At this point, Jonathan Isaac is going to be one of those guys that's going to come off the bench for a contending team. The Kings are not that. Goga does nothing for me. 3-year deal. Jonathan Isaac's on a 5-year deal. You have these players for way longer than you want them. These first round picks via Denver in 2025. Denver is competing for a championship. 2026 from the Magic. The Orlando Magic are competing for a deep playoff run, if not a championship. The picks don't do anything for me. The players do not do anything for me. This is a completely underwhelming trade from the Orlando Magic. In my opinion, it's worse than the San Antonio Spurs trade. I still think Houston has the best offer here. And then the Miami Heat. So the Kings get Bradley Beal, the Suns get Jimmy Butler, and the Heat get Fox and Kevin Huerter. Miami can send a 2029 and 2031 first round pick. They can trade Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, and Pele Larson as an appealing young players. Terry Rozier's salary filler. The screenshot above is just a rough sketch that works salary wise without the picks. Obviously, a lot of picks have to go into this. If you're the Miami Heat, does DeAaron put you over the edge? Does this make sense? Or does this just prolong your contending or competing window that you have? And also, if I'm DeAaron Fox, do I want to go to Miami? Obviously, yes, you want to go to Miami theoretically, but it seems like Miami, or going to Miami would be like being in Sacramento already. You're going to be there with a Bam Adebayo. You're going to be there with Tyler Hero, and those are going to be your best players. Those are going to be your best teammates. I would rather go to somebody like the San Antonio Spurs, who has Wemby and can prepare for the future. The next 5 years, you're going to be competing for a title. With the Miami Heat and getting rid of Jimmy Butler and your core 3 is Bam. I guess Kel'el Ware is obviously very intriguing, but Bam, Kel'el Ware, and Tyler Hero and De'Aaron Fox, like that's your core. You're probably not going to win a championship with that. And if you're De'Aaron Fox, you want to win a championship. Your best option is either here or here in Houston, in my opinion. I do love the fit for Orlando, though. I absolutely love the Orlando fit, but this is probably the worst trade they drafted up. This does not entice me whatsoever. But it seems like this is just a way to help the Phoenix Suns get Jimmy Butler, rather than a way to get De'Aaron Fox to a place that best fits him and get the Sacramento Kings a return that is equal enough for De'Aaron Fox's value. Oh, and this is also a great point. Of course, if Beal is involved, he has to approve the trade because of his no trade clause. Sacramento does not want Beal, so this is most likely not going to happen. I'm not saying that De'Aaron to Miami is not going to happen, but this specific trade, or that layout at least, probably will not happen. But man, as of January 29th, we have 7 days, 1 week until the trade deadline. I'm absolutely geeked for it. We've had so much go down. Jimmy Butler just got suspended again. De'Aaron Fox may be on the move. We still have to find out what's going to happen with Chris Middleton and Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic and Lonzo Ball and Bradley Beal and Jimmy Butler, and the list goes on and on and on. Now we got to add De'Aaron Fox to that, which is absolutely incredible. Best time of the year by far. Maybe not by far, but one of the best times of the year to be an NBA fan. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button, of course. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate all of you. Drop your De'Aaron Fox trades in the comments, of course, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.